Welcome to the Business of Being You podcast, a podcast that features stories and conversations with people who started a business around their passion, the need to be themselves, or the desire to serve others. Today's podcast is for the person who wants to start their own product line, who feels as though they don't have a background in product development, who is a stay-at-home parent, who has a child with special needs, or who just feels the need to create something for themselves that doesn't yet exist on the market. Today I'm having a conversation with Najm Duran, creator and owner of Mama Sweet Scrubs. Najm shares with us her struggles with skin issues throughout her life and how she felt the need to create a product that could help not only her, but others. And she was able to do this despite overcoming the challenges of not having formal training in this area, but also raising 4 kids, one of which has autism. With the support of her family and determination, she created Mama Sweet Scrubs. So let's get right into the episode and hear our conversation with Najm Duran. So very excited today to be sitting here speaking with Najm Duran, founder, creator, innovator of Mama Sweet Scrubs. I've known Najm for over 20 years now. We started becoming friends years back when her husband and I worked together, and friendship never ended. It's been an exciting journey watching her grow, because when I knew her, she was a stay-at-home mom, and now she has her Mama Sweet Scrub line. So thanks for coming on. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. It's going great. Thank you.
Good. So we talked before about this, but I think that your story is very important and is very, very relevant for people because I've come across a lot of people who want to start something. They have a talent and they sometimes feel stuck. One of the things that I've always admired about you is you've never allowed yourself to be stuck. You're a master at pivoting. So when you're kind of, in Spanish they say enfrentado with something, you kind of dip and then you pivot and you do something. So you've always known how to survive. But tell me, how did things start off with you, going from house mom, stay-at-home mom to developing this product line?
It started this has been in works for quite a few years, but I would just make things for myself because I'm somebody that suffers with a lot of skin issues. I have eczema. I'm allergic to just about everything and anything. And there's so much I can't use that's out there on the market. As a woman, I love to smell good. I might like to look good. And it's been tough. The things that the doctor would tell me, the dermatologist would tell me to use, it's just no fun. It felt like it made my skin dull. It really didn't help much. So I just decided one day to take it upon myself and say, let me try this out. And I just started looking up recipes and things like that. Started off small. I also had a lot of friends, and I always liked kind of creating things. So I would make like little gifts for them for their birthdays. I make like little scrubs. And I remember one of my friends said to me, "Oh, you should really try to start selling your stuff because they're really good products. Everybody has fun with them. People, I've always gotten compliments about how they smell, how they make the skin feel." And I was like, I just do it for fun. I don't have time for that. So one day, I was at the gym, and they were going to have a health fair, and they were looking for people to sell their products. And I really didn't know much about it. And I just said, you know what, I'm going to just join it just to make a couple of bucks for the springtime. And I joined, and I just had, at that time, I just said, let me make a couple of like face scrubs, body scrubs, and lip scrubs. Right. That was it. Very simple. I mean, even like my table set up, it was cool, but it was simple. Right. I did it, and it turned out great.
Yeah. So did you always have some training or some background? Or was there like some like something that created this entrepreneurial aspect or persona from within yourself?
I think that's what it was. I've never really had. I mean, I come from very humble beginnings. My mom, I didn't have much growing up. Right. My mom never told me She wanted me, she was proud of me no matter what I did in my life. She was just like that because she did never had much. So me going to college was a big deal for her.
Right.
Um, but she never really, I don't want to say she didn't expect much from me, but whatever I did, she was so proud of. But she never said, oh, go after it. You know, if you want to do something, go start a business. She never, and I don't think she ever had any
Right.
kind of thoughts like that.
Right.
So I feel like, this was just something that just was within me. I
Right.
figured if I can do this, I did take a couple of courses after to learn how to mix like essential oils and things like that. So that way I can learn more further my education on these things. And then I just started mixing and matching and seeing what works for me.
Right.
That's how and it just became fun to do.
Right. Right. Now, your family life, you had a lot of demands at home. Um, I always joke around with your husband about how many kids you have. But what's the official count?
We have four,
4 kids.
four of them.
Yeah. One of your kids is special. He requires some more attention.
Yeah, we have our little guy. We have four. We had our first two are 20, she'll be 23 on New Year's Eve. We have a 21-year-old. And then we have two little guys who we had later. I don't know what we were thinking. Obviously, we weren't thinking. But we have one Donovan who's 9, and then Max who just turned 11.
Right.
And our 11-year-old, I mean, he was always such an amazing baby. Everything about him, the pregnancy, he was perfect, a little too perfect because it turns out once he was about less than about maybe 20 months, we noticed something wasn't quite right with him. And turns out he has autism, but what he has is pervasive developmental disorder,
Hmm.
um, which requires a lot. Our life is not easy. It's tough. And we manage the best we can. I mean, life
Right.
is not perfect in this house.
Sure.
My kids are not perfect. I
Right.
am not perfect, but we do the best that we can.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And how old was he when you started to, because before the scrubs came some other creative outlets, right? How old was he when you first started to explore creating and sharing what you were making?
He was maybe like a newborn.
Hmm.
I've always liked to create things, and like if somebody gift like one for my shower actually with him, someone had gifted me this thing. It was called a diaper cake, something I'd never heard of, I'd never seen,
Right.
and I saw it. And I was like, wow, it was such a beautiful thing, and I was like, oh, how hard can this be? Because the person that made it for me, I knew, and I was like, how hard can it be to do?
Right.
So one day I went and I was like, let me see. I had another party to go. My cousin was having a baby, and it was right after I had him or something like that. So I ended up making one for her. So
Hmm.
from there, I started making diaper cakes.
Right.
That was one of and I still make them from time to time, but it's not like I'm not full on with diaper.
Right. And how did things go from the diaper cakes to doing the scrubs?
Well, the diaper cakes was just a fun thing to do, like to gift give.
Right.
Um, it was nothing that I ever thought of like opening up anything or like marketing at all. Diaper cakes was just fun to give. And I knew people that needed something, they would ask me and I would make it for them.
Right.
My scrubs came along and all the body stuff came along just because of the need that
Right.
I had. And also my daughter, who when she finished her first year of school, she came home, who finished her first, I think, yeah, it was her first year. And she had like acne all over. And the child went
Oh,
through, when she went through puberty, she never had acne. She was I think it was a stress from school and her
wow.
face hurt and it was horrible. So with that, I looked at her, I was like, I think I can help to soothe her skin. So
Hmm.
I created some oatmeal scrub for her face and
Right.
she still uses it till this day and her skin is beautiful now.
Radiant.
Yes, just like,
Pimples are funny like that, right? They just
oh,
catch you
yes.
by surprise. So, for those who are watching you, I'm curious, how did you balance all of your hats, all of the responsibilities that you had? Because, I mean, I have 2 kids. Two for me is a handful at times. I have friends that have 3 kids. They said the third one changes everything. They said 1 kid is okay, 2 kids, okay, you got this. And they said the third kid, it turns it into a whole other ball game. So 4 kids is a demand to begin with. And then one that required extra attention. And then you started to create and to sell. How did you balance all of that?
Well, I did it, and I say it in part to my family. I have two older kids, and I talk about them with like so much pride because even now, like I get teary eyed because they're amazing. They were a lot older than the two younger kids. So when it came time for something, like my daughter, she's always like a little mom. She stepped up
Hmm.
and she always helped me. She helped me with the kids, even Ian, my oldest boy. They've been a lot of help. Um, Raising their little brothers, so just helping me because they didn't really raise them, but
Right.
helping me with them. Also, my husband, Rob's been a great support. He's the person that he believes more in me than I believe in me. He'll come to
Mm.
me like, oh, honey, you can do this. And I'm like, I don't think I can. And he'll just throw something and he's so sure I can do anything. And it's
Yeah.
so great to have someone on my side like that.
Yeah. 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 He's a good guy. I mean, we've known each other since 98.
A long time. Yeah.
Yeah. Probably shouldn't have said the year, right? Now people are going to start doing the math. Like, he doesn't look that old.
20-some years.
But yeah, he's always been a good guy. Did you find it difficult to delegate responsibility within the house? In my experience, with working with patients and then with coaching, I found that women sometimes struggle more with delegating responsibility because they feel the burden that they have to
Do everything.
manage everything. Did you find any challenges with delegating responsibilities in the house?
Yeah, I still do. And I still do.
Yeah.
It's tough because I'm someone you can ask any one of my kids and they're like, "Oh, you're the only one that can do it." Like I'm just so about everything. Everything has to be I'm so particular. I'm so picky. I like things done a certain way, and if it's not done like, and I've had to learn how to kind of back up, back off, and just let things be because it's not that serious. Something's
Right.
not done right, it'll be fine. Everybody's
Right.
still gonna survive. So that's what I've
Right.
had learned to do. But
Right.
it's been tough. I did have a hard time managing that.
Right. What was your What was the thing that really pushed you to continue to keep going with developing this? Because it's not one scrub anymore. The name is almost a
Yeah.
little bit misleading at this point. It's not just the scrubs anymore. It's evolved. So you started with the scrubs. What kept you pushing to continue to develop other products, and what were those other products?
Okay, well, like you said, we started off with scrubs, a body scrub, face scrub, and lip scrub line. From that point on, I realized, okay, I got one part of the body or something that can help the body. And I've always been curious. I've always been a go-getter and I've always wanted to learn. So from there, I started researching and I learned, I think my next product might have been like a face moisturizer, facial moisturizer. And then right now, I guess my product line has grown so much that it's not only even it's bath and body,
Mm.
but it's not only that I've also extended. Now I'm making candles
Oh,
and wax
nice.
melts. So
Nice.
it's grown so much. I have over 30 products now that we offer.
Wow.
It's just been a lot of research. I've taken quite a few courses, and I just love doing this. I love
Right.
when I make something. We don't test on animals, just on my children, and my husband.
Yeah, close enough, right?
You might want to call them animals at times, but just them.
Exactly right.
With And I never put anything out there until we know that it works. A lot of the products I offer products for different skin types.
Mm.
So in my house, we have a range of different skin types. So we all use what's specific to us.
Oh,
And
interesting.
when something goes out there, it's because it's been tested and proven to work.
Right. So, for someone that wants to get into this area of creating natural products and stuff, what is your advice to them? Like, what's that one pitfall that you want to tell them? Hey, before you do this, you got to really be careful about the following.
I would say, like, I'm the kind of person, if you want to try something, I feel like a lot of times the fear of failure
Mm.
make people it keeps them back. It holds them
Yeah.
back from trying anything. And I feel like, you know what, with this, you have an idea. And if you feel like your idea is a good idea or it's something that you can actually get out there and market and people will love, you know what do you have to lose? A couple of dollars, maybe? I'm the kind of person that's like, go out there, go get it, do your best. And if no one really succeeds at first.
Yeah.
In life, we fail, but we have to get right back up
Right.
and go ahead and just get back on there and just try again and try again.
Yeah, success in product development is not linear. We want it to be. I mean, I've seen tons of little pictures and memes kind of saying how we want life to be. We want our path to be like this, and the reality is it's more
Mm-hmm.
something like that, you know? For the person that wants to start something like this, but they feel that they can't do it, they don't have the training, I never went to school for this, I don't know anything about making natural products, what do you say to that person?
I say, there are a lot of online resources. There's even courses you can take online, and you get like you get certificates and stuff. I say if you have a passion for it, something that you may want to do, just look into it, go for it. If you lose anything and you realize doesn't work for you, you're losing just a couple of dollars. And I say if it's something that you really want, just go for it. What do you have to lose, actually? It's not like you're investing. I wouldn't say to go and invest hundreds and hundreds or thousands of dollars into something if you're not sure if it's going to work for you. Like, start small. Start small. Just get on there and do some research. There's a lot out there.
Yeah.
There's so much out there, and there's a lot of free resources that you have access to.
Was there ever a time where you wanted to just give up and just let it go and say it's not worth it?
I wouldn't say that I wanted to, like, no. There's never been a time like that. There've been times that things have been hard, business has been slow, that you kind of get a little down on yourself. But then I say, you know what, the economy right now may not be great. People
Mm.
may be a little more worried about what they're spending, so therefore they're watching their pockets a little more.
Right.
But there've been times that I'm exhausted. Like I say, like this last month has been, because of the holidays, has
Mm-hmm.
been so crazy for me. I've been like working from like 7:30 in the morning. Once I put Max on the bus, I'm working till maybe like almost 1 in the morning, and
Right.
my day can go like nonstop.
Right.
I'll work, and then if I remember to eat, I'll eat, and then I get back to it. It's just been, and I've been like home doing everything that I have
Yeah.
to do. This month has been hectic, that I feel exhausted, but it's worth it, and I
Right.
wouldn't change a thing.
You're making the products at home.
Yes, yeah. Right
Wow.
now, I'm a home-based business. I do have
Wow.
It's an online store that I have. I make everything in my home. Yep.
Wow. If you could go back to when you first started this and give yourself some advice, what would that be?
Um, okay, I practice makes perfect. That's the advice I would give myself. Because when I would put something out there, like I was never in a rush to put anything out there. Um, but sometimes I just wanted people to try my stuff because I was so proud of what I did. And
Right.
sometimes I had made a couple of flaws in what I was doing, and I said maybe I should have given that a little longer. Um, like, that would be the advice. And the advice when I first started, that I would give myself now also would be like, don't be as hesitant as I was, because I was a little hesitant to begin. I wish I would have done this earlier.
Right. Yeah, a lot of people feel the same way. Even me with the coaching and things of that nature, I definitely felt like I should have done things sooner. And the exhaustion, you're absolutely right. Exhaustion is the number one cause of business failure. It's not always the sales or lack of sales. It's just pure exhaustion. When I started my recruiting business back in 2008, 2009, I had to fit that in outside of my regular 9 to 5 office hours and still not neglect my son, because I only had the son at the time. I would start working around 9 or 10 o'clock at night. I'd go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I was doing that almost every single day. I was burnt out, but you just keep going, keep going. But exhaustion's a real thing, you
Oh,
know?
it is.
Yeah.
And I just like you, I with my kids, I sometimes I feel, and I have to thank Rob, because he's the one, like, he takes over. And I sometimes I do have this guilt, like, geez, I'm doing this. It's like I am neglecting my kids as well.
Yeah.
I've always been the mom that's been hands-on, and I'm here. What do you need help with? Always. And sometimes, like, there's times like lately I've been so busy, like my little one says to me, "You only care about your scrubs," which is not true. But I know it takes away from time from them, and it's not a great feeling, but it's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
The craziness.
So I'm curious. I mean, I've tried out the products. I've used them on my son because he has bad eczema. He loves it. We have to order more of the deodorant. You shared a funny story with me once about how the deodorant was developed.
Ugh, yeah, that's I always tell people whenever like we're out somewhere, I make over 30 products, and the one product that I have to say I am the most proud of. It's not my favorite product, but it's the one product I'm the most proud of is my deodorant. And that's because it was so tough to get down packed, to get
Mm,
to where it worked for someone like me.
right.
I'm not someone that, barely sweats. I'm a stinky lady. I sweat like that's the one thing about me. I would always use clinical strength, and I
Mm,
remember when I started, my daughter was like, "You should start deodorant," because she always wanted, and I wanted to do it for her, and I was like, it seems so difficult.
right.
It's a messy process, and I say, "All right, I'm gonna try it." And I remember trying one time. One of my tries was, you have to test it to see, give it time to see if it works.
Right.
I remember we were outside hanging our Christmas decorations, and I had been trying this recipe for about, I say, about 3 weeks, and I remember the wind blew, and my husband is standing next to me, and we're doing heat, and he just looks, and he's like, "Is that you?" And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Is that you? I smell." I'm like, I told him, I was like, "Quiet." I said, I'm still detoxing." He was like, "Honey, you've been detoxing for 3 weeks. It should have worked." And it's true, it should have worked. So that one I couldn't. There was no way I would put that out on the market.
Yeah.
Um, and it took two other tries, so I finally got it right after like the third try.
Right.
That's probably my toughest product to make. That
Right.
was. Now I got it together. It's simple, but it was tough. It really was tough.
Do you consider yourself having have failed at all during this process?
No,
Mm,
no, I wouldn't call. I really am the kind of person, I believe, if you give it a try, I wouldn't call it a failure. Maybe it just didn't work. Um, I would never say, "Oh, I failed at this." If I give something a try and it doesn't work, oh well, maybe that wasn't for me.
yeah.
Maybe that product wasn't right. But to say that I failed, I would never say that I failed at anything, because I had the ability. I tried. And to me, that's the most important thing, is to give it a try, because you won't know how well you be until you try.
Yeah.
I think failure is you don't do anything. You want to do it, but you don't have enough ambition, or you don't feel brave enough to go for it. Then that's a failure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What is your favorite product?
That's a tough one. Um, I'd have to say my body butter. My body butter it's something that, it's just amazing. You put it on your skin, it absorbs. It won't leave it greasy. It absorbs. I mean, it is. You put it on and it feels. It's amazing. But then I also love. I cannot live without my face cream, which is
Mm.
also. It's. I mean, it's great on this. I mean, everything is good. It's hard to choose just one thing.
So for the person that goes to your site for the first time, what's the starter pack for them? Say if you want to dip your toe into my world, here's what I recommend.
Okay, I got that. Some person that wants to start, they want to get online, and they're like, "Okay, where do I go?" I would recommend you can start off with a body scrub, which is really nice, because a lot of people don't realize, we should exfoliate our skin to get the dead skin out. It's a great way to get that extra moisturization in your skin. I would go with something like a body scrub. I even have a really nice face wash, and I would do like a face cream. Those would be the three things maybe I would start off with if I'm not too sure. If I want to give mom a sweet scrub, and then you'll be hooked.
Hmm.
Then they want to try more.
Can guys use it? Should I get something to preserve my
Yes, guys
situation
can.
right
And
here?
actually, it's funny because I actually just started. I do have a male line. I offer shaving cream. I have a beard balm, but as you can see, we no need for that for you, Marco.
I don't.
Beard balm,
I've never
beard
been able to
oil,
grow.
and I have soaps as well. Soaps that are good for men and women. So I do have a couple of things for men.
What's the ultimate goal? What's your dream? If you could attempt to do something and know that you absolutely could not fail, what would that be?
I guess for where I am in life right now is my goal is I would love to have my own store. And it doesn't have to be a big store because I would like to incorporate, have a store where people can buy my products. But I also want to do something where little girls or even little boys, whoever wants to have a birthday party, and I can show them, give like classes, and they can have like little parties where they make things and I can show them how to make things. That to me, that's something that I really wanted. I'm not going too crazy. I'm not going huge, but that's something that I would just love because I just want to keep it small. It's just me. I don't, I don't have the dream to mass produce my products because I love the feeling of it being handcrafted. I love the idea of having a small business. To me, that's the ultimate. And that's what I'm working towards,
Right.
being able to open up my store the way that I want to run it, the way that I want to run it.
Sure.
And so I can have like little parties for kids so they can come in and, so everybody can be raving about Mama Sweet Scrubs.
Right. What's one thing that we should know about you or about Mama Sweet Scrubs?
Just to know, Mama Sweet Scrubs it's a company that was founded, of course, by me, Najm Duran. Everything that I make is all natural. There are no chemicals in any of my products. I really care about the environment, and I'm someone that I really take skincare seriously because I have so many issues. My products are great for anyone. I believe I told you a story one time about a woman that she was battling cancer and she was going through chemotherapy. And my products actually help. They help. This woman was using nothing would help her skin. Her skin would burn her. No lotion, nothing would make her feel comfortable. And her friend bought her one of my body butters, and it didn't change her life, but it made her comfortable in her own skin. So the thing about me is I love to help people. Whether I'm a chatty person, as you know. I'm pretty friendly. But I love people. I love to help people, be it through advice, and even more so with what I can offer. I'm proud of what I do. I know that I sell an amazing product. I offer an amazing product, and I just want everyone to give my stuff a try. Another thing about me is I see all these things on the market about natural products and all this. And they charge you like an arm and a leg. And I am not that kind of person. I'm the kind of person that you don't have to make so much money to be able to afford what I offer. I want to offer what I have to just about anyone, because my products are so good. And I feel like you shouldn't have to be someone that makes so much money to be able to take care of your skin, to love your skin, to love your body. And that's me. I'm just that person that just wants to help in any which way that I can. Nice. And I choose to do it this way.
How do people find your products, get in contact with you, follow what you're doing?
I have an Instagram page, Instagram at Mama Sweet Scrubs. And I also have a Facebook page, which is Mama Sweet Scrubs. My online shop is www.mamassweetscrubs.com. That's how you can find me.
Cool. Awesome. Najm, it was a pleasure speaking with you as always. I think that we're going to get a lot of people to really motivate themselves and take a chance on their dreams. I always like the quote that Jim Carrey actually said, "You can fail at something you don't want, so you might as well take a chance at something you love."
Exactly.
And I think you definitely exemplify that. Much love to you, to the family, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Najm. As you can see, you don't need a formal background in business or training in creating products right off the bat. You just have to have a passion for something and the determination to see it through. The training can come with time, and the perfection never will be achieved. You will continue to improve your product as you go along. If something is imperfect enough to create, then it's imperfect enough to share. Every time you download an update for software or get a new version of a product, you're acknowledging that they sold you an imperfect product to begin with. If the big companies can do this and you accept it on a regular basis, then why can't you offer yourself the same type of freedom? If you're passionate about something and you want to create it, Put it out there. Share it. With time, the people that appreciate your work and your product will give you feedback that will help you to develop it better and better. You can never create it in its final form within your mind. It has to be brought from here out into the world. Hopefully this conversation with Najm will help you see that, and I hope you had a good laugh at her deodorant story. So what's something that you wish you could create, or you just started creating? What are some of the challenges that you're facing or that you faced? Share them in the comments, and I'm sure someone else has gone through the same thing and they can share their experience with overcoming it. Remember, you could fail at something you don't want, so you might as well take a chance on doing something that you love. Let the world see you in all of your awesomeness, and I'll see you in the next episode.